We would like to start with just the quick introduction of both of us. So Sonja, up to you.
Hi, warm welcome also from my side. My name is Sonja Faustino. I'm Portuguese, but as Johannes mentioned, I'm actually located in our headquarters in the United States, in South Carolina, and I'm with Continental already since 14 years.
Perfect. Yeah, so I'm Johannes. I'm here in Hannover in our R&D facility, where also Continental is headquartered. And I'm with Continental for more than 5 years now. I'm a product manager for digital solutions in the global team. And I'm really happy to be together with you here today and with Sonja to share what we can advise you with. So here's a quick agenda. So we are already in the introduction, and we would like to start a little bit high level to really say, okay, what is the impact on fleet operating cost regarding tires? Then we will go a little bit more into the solution space to say, okay, what are solutions out there that can help you in your daily business? And last but not least, we would like to show you really some specific numbers and cost savings that you can get through digital tire management. So yeah, it's really a lot to go through, but I think really valuable. So if you don't know Continental, so just a few words about the company. Of course, we're a tire company, so with approximately 200,000 employees around the world, so really global. You see it here, Sonja sitting in the US, I'm here in Hanover. We actually, beyond tires, do a lot of things beyond, so solutions that you will see today, digital solutions, but also even beyond. So we are a really big automotive supplier for things like autonomous vehicles, industry solutions. So there's a lot beyond tires, but tires is where our heart lies, and this is also the topic today to show what you can do with digital solutions for your tires. And then I would like to hand over to Sonja, because she's our expert here with a long experience in the whole topic, and would like to introduce the topic to you.
Thank you, Johannes. As starting, we're going to look into what does impact your business on a daily basis, which are the costs that you have every day on your receipts, on your financial impact. And since we don't want this to be a monologue, we want to start with also having some questions for you. I think our team is going to put a question in the chat that you can all answer. And the first question is going to be, what are your biggest pain points? Like today, if you look and reflect on your fleet daily operations, what are your big points? What are your struggles? And you like to hear some feedback, you can enter your answer. You have the pop-up window.
Yeah, you can directly put it in, and this helps us a lot in also customizing this a little bit to your needs and what you need. Perfect, so things are coming in.
You can also do thumbs up on one word that you might already also agree with. You just go on top of the word and there will be a thumbs up, and you can just click if you also support that answer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so breakdowns is a big one. Biggest pain point, regulations, cost savings, drivers, and the garage. But breakdowns, I think it seems to be a big one.
Yeah, it seems to be the one that is emphasized the most. And we are here to discuss about all of this. We are here to talk about solutions and how can we together have a partnership with you, and you can overcome and actually work on these cost savings, how we can, uplift your fleet, and how you can minimize these costs that you have here today. There's more people still answering, so let's just give them maybe one more minute before we jump in.
Yeah, it's also always interesting, like in the international, so from market to market, I guess there are differences, but I'm also pretty sure there are things that are really common, so always curious. Quality of providers, there's a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I think that's a good intro, Ed.
Yeah, it's a good starting point. So let's then jump to the next one. I think you have to go with your mouse and click the poll
Yes.
because it doesn't close automatically.
Okay.
So we have put together this picture here for you today based on several independent and research studies from independent agencies. And we come up with this picture of how are these costs from your fleet distributed. On the right side, you can see on the top that the cost buying a tire or retreads is around just 2% of your operational costs. Nonetheless, tire has a huge impact on your fleet. As you can see, almost half of your fleet is impacted by tires. Here, you can think about fuel. Fuel has a big impact because, you have CO2 emissions, you have tires which long last, tires which have better rolling resistance. All of this influence the fuel consumption from your vehicles. Then if you think about, as you're saying, the garage itself, so you have to do repairs, you have to do maintenance, you have to take the tires for fleet inspection. So you have several operations also taking place in the garage, which also in average correspond to 6%. And then on top of all of this, even a big slice is also this 20%, what we put all together, it's a kind of miscellaneous, is the regulations that you mentioned already, the tolls. It's also the people in the office, which are actually, also maintaining the systems, making all the financials, everything. So all of this is a big slice, and we can say almost half of your fleet is impacted by tires, and that's why we are here today to share our opportunities. Which opportunities can we have together with you and explain to you how you can optimize and uplift your fleet. Also, based on the same studies, we also took the following statistics. So when you have a breakdown, you are not able to deliver, if, I don't know, I will take an example of a logistic company, a logistic fleet. You have to deliver maybe goods to a supermarket. If you have a tire breakdown, this has a huge impact for you. This price, you no longer have, for example, to replace your tire. You also do not deliver. Your customer will not be happy. And we know that around 70%, 75% of these roadside breakdowns are the proper tire and inflation. So no proper tire inflation. And that's why we want to share with you how important it is to maintain your tires at the right inflation, pressure inflation. Once again, from these independent studies, we also took these averages to show here to you today. More or less around 50% of your tread wear, so the amount of miles that you could do with this tread, normally if you run your tire underinflated, then you burn down your tire 50% faster. This will also have an impact on your casing, because if you are not driving your tire at the optimal tire inflation, then the tire is deformed and your casing gets the impact of all of this. So we also say that the life of your casing can also be degraded or does not last as much as it should by around 20%. And you know how retreading is important. We know how much casings are really a big value, a big asset in all of this. And then we also say that, fuel is also impacted because the tire has to have an optimal contact surface with the road to have the best rolling resistance out of it. And so that we also say that you can increase your fuel consumption by 1% if you run your tires underinflated.
Maybe just one comment at this point. So if you have any questions or comments on this, please really just put it in the chat. We're really happy to also get into the discussion or answer your questions. The one question that comes to my mind that often comes up is also the general impact of underinflated tires. So Sonia, maybe you can go a little bit into details there.
Yes, thank you for your question, Johannes. I was already actually going to the topic a little bit. We as tire expert always share our customers and with our dealers that, to have take the maximum potential of the tire, our tire should be run at the right pressure inflation. This means that we ensure that optimal contact between the tire and the road is taking place. So, and in case this is not happening because your tire is underinflated, then what it happens is that then you have more oval shape or a higher contact area with the road, and this means that you're going to worn down your tires faster. Your shoulder area probably will be impacted by this, which then leads to irregular wear. If you have irregular wear, then you worn down faster and you have to retread your tire faster. On the opposite end, if you run your tires over inflation, because we know that tires are underinflated, but also we know that people also inflate their tires when they are hot. And if they are hot, you are not accounting for the heat, because this heat makes the pressure higher and you had a wrong value. You don't really know what should be at the cold pressure. So in this case, if you heat or inflate your tires at the hot pressure, you can lead to overinflation. And this overinflation then also has the same effect as I was explaining before. Your surface area on the contact with the road will be less. So the center area will be the one which is in higher contact. So you've also worn down your tire faster in this area, which leads once again to irregular wear and also for you to have to replace your casing faster. So this is just some of the high-level impact on this situation, Johannes. I'm not sure if there's any more questions in the chat, because sometimes it's also good to just stop and also give the people an opportunity.
You can also raise your hand or just shout out. Really happy. So there's one raised hand. Perfect. Uma,
I think they were just trying.
Just trying. Oh, okay. Very good.
Then let's proceed.
Good.
Okay, in a nutshell, what we are discussing and trying to explain here to all of you is that if you have a pressure monitoring, if you have a tire pressure monitoring system, you can actually optimize all these issues and or overcome these issues, and we can think about having cost savings. We ensure safety. If you have also the optimal contact between your tire and the road, we ensure also that your braking distance is also optimal and we are not into any kind of dangers of an accidents or something like this. And we also want to avoid these breakdowns. We also make sure that your deliveries take place on time and your customer is also satisfied with your service. So this is basically what we are talking here today, how tire pressure monitoring systems can improve your fleet and can bring you transparency of what you probably today are not so aware. And also from these studies, we also, because everyone likes numbers and quantification of what savings we are talking about, we also say that in average, if you keep your tires inflated at the right tire pressure, we can save around 600 euros per vehicle per year. So I think this is something that you should keep in mind and do not think that it's just small amounts. No, this is actually, if you think about this, is depending on your fleet size, because if you have 100 vehicles, then just multiply by 100, but this is a big potential in there.
Yeah, definitely.
And we in Continental, we have already these systems running for more than 10 years in the market. We have different generations, so because we started small and now we have more digitalized systems in this area, but we have collected data. Actually, we have collected more than 1 million fleet check tire data. And what happened in this situation is the following. What we have observed is that when we install our systems for the first time, as you see more than 1/4, almost a third of all fleets have their tires underinflated by 1 bar. And if you think about this, it means that, the other percentages that I was mentioning before, this 15% of faster worn down, worse casing. So it means that you did not optimize your fleet at that moment, but at the moment when you install this kind of systems, you get this awareness and you can act and then go towards get some cost savings for you.
Sonia, there's a Q&A question actually from Graham. Thanks a lot for that. He asks, with a 600 to 800 cost risk from improperly inflated tires, how much would a tire monitoring system cost per vehicle? Is his question. So
we have different solutions, and I will not know which solution will fit best for you. The price list will have to be then actually discussed with your local market. So Johannes and me are at a global view, so we do not have access to this cost itself. Nonetheless, we can come back to you afterwards. We just need to know in which country you are located. Actually, there will be even a link at the end that you can just send to us, answer to that link, and we can provide these costs and send you someone there to analyze which solution will be best for you, because we have several ones. And I will show you actually one free of charge that you can even start by yourself. So just hang on a couple of more minutes and we will get there.
And that's actually a perfect transition, because the next chapter is about the solutions. And I think there you will see also like how custom these solutions can be. And it's really, tailored to your needs, you could say. And Sonja will now go into this. And after this, I think you will have a good impression what you would need for your fleet. And then we could go into more details.
Exactly, Johannes. So our goal in Continental is basically we will always have a sales representative, which will be talking with the customer, and in a discussion with the customer, we identify the pain points, and then we tailor the solution. As I said, we have multiple solutions, and let's go and jump into that. I think before we'll have a questionnaire. Okay, we go first for the principle. Let me explain to you how these systems work. I'm not sure if all of you are familiar with it. So we have more than 10 years, what you see here in this picture, a sensor which is glued inside of the tire. So we are one of the few tire manufacturers that actually collects tire inside temperature and the pressure inside of the tire. You see a lot of solutions as a valve cap sensor, but or even in the rim, but we are one of the few actually. We feel how important it is to capture tire inside temperature. This sensor will be glued inside the tire. And as a principle, we will have an antenna, a reception antenna, which is going to receive the data. This sensor is installed, has a battery. It will be always constantly collecting data and broadcasting this data. And this data is received by this antenna. This antenna, in case of a truck, which is installed in a vehicle, in this kind of vehicle, will also have a telematic unit. The antenna sends the data to this telematic unit wirelessly, and then we will broadcast this data via GSM, via the network to our cloud. In the cloud, we will process all this data, and we will identify if this tire is underinflated and trigger an alert. What does this mean? We're going to inform our customers via SMS, via email, or by having a look to our apps and our web portal if this tire needs to be corrected, if the tire pressure from this tire needs to be corrected. And this is the basic principle in here, which is quite very important that you understand this part. I think we have another question coming in.
Yes.
I see them coming
question
in.
Is, can the sensors also be installed in cars, in the Conti Connect system, in cars?
Okay. Today, our tire-mounted sensor weighs around 20 grams. So in passenger car, this is not allowed. You can only have sensors installed on the valve steams. These sensors can be installed in tires with 17-inch and above. So it means the small truck tires, or even called, I think, light truck tires, you can install. And in this case, these 20 grams actually are almost irrelevant for the whole weight of the tire, so will not impact the mileage, the rolling resistance, the braking distance, nothing. So only for 17.5 inches and above.
And also another question that often comes from customers I have on my mind is the battery. So how long it really lasts? Yeah. So maybe you can go into that.
So I said, so this battery we have a battery inside. This sensor was just launched actually last year, and is our latest generation. So this sensor also has Bluetooth inside. We have several features inside of it. So at the moment, this sensor battery lasts around 4 years. But as I said, we introduced so many features inside. It depends in your vocation, on your usage, if your vehicle will make use of all of it or not. So in case you have a vehicle which has a more urban application, which is stopping and go more often in the city, we will say 4 years. But in case you have these vehicles which are more on the long haul application and more doing highway, then we could say even up to 6 years. So there will be something which is the minimum 4 years, but you could actually even extend to 6.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
I'm not sure if there was more questions because I get so many things popping up on my screen.
No, I think it's just more people coming in.
Okay.
But we have a question to everyone, so there will be a pop-up now again. So what type of vehicles do you manage? So because this is, as Sonia said, of course, really dependent on what kind of vehicles you are working with. So it would be great to have some insights there. So the options would be trucks, buses, trailers, vans, or others.
We have a lot of people so far with buses. So more urban application. It could also be regional buses. So also vans. Mm-hmm. No
So
one with trailers or other kind of specialty tires, like, I don't know, port, agriculture. We also have applications for that option. So actually all of our tires from this agriculture port, they all come with with a sensor mounted. For the truck tires in EMEA, you can actually have this sensor already mounted from the manufacturing facility for buses application. Our latest generation Gen 5 come all equipped with these sensors. And in Americas, I don't know, Shoy says someone from Americas, in here our target customers is more the cement and the asphalt. So these tire lines also come with the sensors. But yeah, a lot of information. I don't want to overwhelm you.
But it's interesting. It's actually buses is on top here. So a lot of vehicles are buses, but also vans and trucks. And there's also one question by Uma saying, is there any version of these sensors that can be used with third-party vehicle tracking systems? So it's also a good question.
So here, I'm not really sure what it means. So our sensors can be mounted into the tires or can come already with the tires, right? And normally have a telematic unit installed in the vehicle. We can do a API integration, this interface with a telematic partner, and you can get the data into our web portal. Or we can also install the telematic unit. So it depends. We'll need a bit more details, but yeah, we can do integrations with telematic partners, which already are coming from the vehicle, from the OEM vehicle, yes.
Good. So thanks for a lot for the answers. So let's proceed.
Okay, so now we're going to jump a little bit more into details, what I already mentioned before. So as I was saying, our sensor can be installed in any kind of vehicle which has a 17.5 inch or higher. So this means you can have it for trucks, for trailers, for buses, for the specialty applications that we call. Then we're going to collect the data from the sensor. And for this, we have here actually 3 pillars. The first one is what we call the free of charge, which is you could collect just the Bluetooth data and use our app. The other option is if your vehicles are coming regularly to a depot, to a station, to a full station, or to a garage, we could also just install a yard reader station, and the vehicle will collect, this station that you see here will collect the data when the vehicle enters and visits the station. And for other applications where the vehicle is always on the road, we have an option to have this, what we call our central control unit, to connect to one of these telematic partners or to the CAN, and we can even display the data for the driver, is also available. Or we can also have the other option with our telematic unit, or we even have the standalone trailer solution, just in case you just monitor trailers. All this data is collected, processed, and goes to our cloud, as I already explained before, and then is going to be displayed to multiple users. We have a tailor-made solution, so basically we can actually have, a profile where a person in a garage can only see a certain part of the website or the app, so that you just have a restricted access, or we can have a blowout access to the fleet manager. So everything is customized based on user rights. So, and then this is something which is always done together with our customer, and they will tell us who can access to what. Mm-hmm. And yeah, as already mentioned before, we can also collect and have a standardized API that we can also collect the data from the vehicle.
There's a question, Sonia. It says, does the trailer solution also work for parked or uncoupled trailers?
Yes. So the answer is yes. So our trailer solution today has a battery inside. This battery, if it's fully charged, can last up to 4 weeks. And if the trailer is parked somewhere and is not ever connected to power, it lasts 4 weeks, and then it wakes up 1 time per day, and it collects the data which is being transmitted from the sensor, because the sensor is always sending data, right? And they also send you the GPS location of the trailer, and all this data will be available in our website. We can also have the option of a more simple approach only when we are coupled, or when the truck is coupled with a trailer. So we actually have 2 solutions. It depends which one suits better your needs. And this, once again, it will be a discussion with you to understand your business and your needs, which one will best suit for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really detailed answer. That's, I think, if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to get back to us. Mm-hmm. But actually, we have a question also to you again. So what's your fleet size? Because also what Sonia explained, this can really then depend on what you need, I guess.
Yeah, I would like to give a bit more detailed how these tailor-made solutions can work for you in the next slide. So that's why it's interesting to understand what your fleet size, so that, we can also discuss this topic ahead. So I have someone with big fleets, someone with smaller fleets. So our solutions are tailor-made from you as an owner operator, just a driver, or just with 2-3 trucks, until 100, 1,000. We have no limitations in these regards. We can find the best solution, which also has the best cost benefit for you.
Mm-hmm. So there's a question, any country limitation?
So at the moment, Conti Connect, or our solutions are almost worldwide. Could be, if you ask me, a country in the middle of Africa, no, we don't have homologations, maybe for Kenya, but we probably have for Morocco, for Egypt. It depends. Turkey, yes, we have solutions in Turkey, running since a while, since at least 10 years, I would say, yes. So I would say majority of the countries, yes, we have homologations and certifications.
Yeah, definitely global in all regions.
So let's then keep going. So how about Indian? India, off the top of my head, I don't have an answer right now, because I don't know everything from the top of my head, but we could check this, and we take your email address and we come back to you. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, so just maybe for the survey, so definitely a lot of big fleets, but also different kinds of smaller fleets. Yeah, interesting.
So then let's jump into the offers. So we mainly divided, as I showed before, we have 3 big pillars, and depending on the fleet size, we could optimize the solution for you. If we think here on the left side is a solution which is free of charge. We call it Conti Connect Mobile. For this, you only need our tire with sensors inside and your mobile. You can, as you see here on the picture, there's a person with a mobile close to the tire. You open the app, and then you collect the data via Bluetooth, and you can see the alerts coming up, because it's a direct interaction between the mobile phone and the sensor. And this, you can have it as an experiment, for example, or you can, even if you have a small fleet, you do your manual checks like this. And you only have to buy Continental tires and sensors. The app is for free, and at the end, you will have a QR code that you can download the app already if you would like to. Then we have 2 options. As I said, one for vehicles which are always on the road, or some vehicles which return to dedicated depots. And in here, for example, sometimes people assume that, fleets which are long haul is the one which the live solution should be optimal. I could actually say the opposite. I just was recently at the fire department, and they only have 5-6 vehicles, and they would like to have pressure monitoring. But in this situation, since it was just 5 vehicles, we found out that it was a better solution for them to have the live solution, because cost-wise will be more cost-saving than have the yard solution, because the yard reader can collect for multiple vehicles at the same time. And also, on the other hand, the yard solution, sometimes they thought about vehicles which just return to the same depot all the time. No, this can also use in a different approach. So if your vehicles go from garage to different locations around the country, around Europe even, we can install multiple yard readers along in these locations, and the data will be collected in several locations and sent to you. So once again, I just want to say that the solution will always be tailor-made to your needs, and depending what you want to get. Only tire pressure monitoring, you also want GPS location, you have always the SMS and alerts, and we also have the routes. We have a lot of things that I don't want to overwhelm you today, but yeah, the solutions will always be customized to your needs.
Yeah, that's true. There's a question, can the sensors continue to be used or reused when the tires are changed?
Yes. So as I said, the sensor has a minimum battery life of 4 years. So when you take your sensor for your tire for retreading, you have to pop it up because it's glued inside the tire, and it's not the glue itself. There is a boot, a rubber boot, which is glued into the casing, and the sensor needs to be removed while it's sent to retread. And then after retread, you just put it back, and that's simple as this. So you can reuse it until the battery is dead. We will also inform you when the sensor battery is running out. So when the sensor battery runs around maybe 3%, I think, I don't have the right exact number, we will give you an alert, and then you have probably estimated at least a minimum 1 month to replace this tire, and so that you can then have a new sensor and keep monitoring the tire.
Perfect. I think that opens the question, answers the question. That's good.
Any more questions? Anything in the chat? I can also stop 1 minute, and I don't want to rush.
Q&A or in the chat. Anything you have on your mind, like specific questions? Now's the time.
Oh, still people coming in. Okay, then let's just move on then to the next one. Maybe at the end we also take the Q&A and they come up with more questions by then.
Okay.
The slides are not changing, Johan. Oh, yes. Okay. No. So, yes, perfect. So here right now, can you, so I'm showing you our app, how you can use this Conti-Connect Lite. Can you please start the video once again? Sorry, I will need to say a few things.
And
go back.
No.
Yes. Okay, so this is our app. Here is a list of the vehicles that you will have access. If you have a lot of vehicles, you can always go to this search and find your vehicle. But in this case, I only put here for demo purpose just one vehicle. And you can type and find the remaining vehicles. You also have the option to go and see, it as a first view. You see here that there is 2 alerts. That's what we mean with this color, to show different severities for the issue. So we have the front left tire with a low pressure and the very low pressure for the third rear outer. We also display the pressure, the temperature, the compensation pressure as well. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the topic, but we do compensation pressure because we get the real tire temperature. And then we also have the other tire positions displayed here. In here is just hidden because since there's no issue with it, we don't show it in the first view for the user. If you then want to drill down and get more information, you go what we call vehicle details. And here you have a detailed message, what is the pressure recommendation for your vehicle. So in this case will be 27 PSI, and for the other tire we recommend to inflate by 22 PSI. And sometimes it's not so easy to see the tire position. These letters don't pop up. So we also have the bird view so that it's easier for the maintenance guy, the one in the garage, to go there and fix the issue. Also, we have as well here all the events that took place in this vehicle already today. When an alert was open, when an alert was closed. So you have everything and you have a full history of your vehicle and traceability of everything that happened with this vehicle while we were monitoring. You can add more vehicles, so I just put one here for the demo. It's just a plus button, and very simply, you can just follow all the menus and you can identify a vehicle, assign the axle configuration, and even assign sensors to the tire positions. And if you have open questions, we also have the manual inside. As you see here in this support tab, you can just go there and you get all the details on how to use this app. Since this is an app that we offer for free, and normally, the sales representative will not be there to give you the training, in person, we have the option to have the manual inside so that you can just, clarify all your doubts. But we hope the app is very intuitive. We try to make it in a way that, the flow, it just makes sense, how to create a vehicle, how to assign tires, the sensors to the tire position. So you should not have many struggles with it.
And I think this makes it really tangible, to see live how you would have it in your hand, what you see there, and that also triggers some questions. So the first maybe short question: PSI data are live, so it's about the pressure, right?
Yeah. So since I'm located in Americas and I was the one doing this video recording, I did it with the US units, but we can change it to imperial. We can change it back to the European, to bar and to Celsius. There is no issue. And I know that in United Kingdom, you also do PSI in Celsius. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is all customizable. That's the thing I would like to say.
I think also the question if it's live, but it's live, right? It's coming from the sensors,
This is the moment we collected data. So it's depending which solutions they will be using. If it will be from the Bluetooth, is the moment the user collected the data. If it's live, is when the vehicle is on, ignition on, and data is being sent. From the yard reader is from the moment the vehicle passed by the yard reader. So we always have to think about which solution are we talking about.
Exactly. And the other question, if I don't have sensors and I would like to try your free of charge offer, what should I do?
Okay, so for this one, as already mentioned before, if you have any questions about this presentation or you will be more interested about Conti Connect and Continental Solutions, there will be an email where you can reach to us and we can find a representative from Continental in your country and they will approach you directly. Otherwise, you can also be proactive if you want. You can go for a dealer which sells Continental tires. They will have what we call intelligent tires, which is a tire with a sensor. You have an example, Best Drive. Best Drive is one of very easy. And they will have the tires for you, and you can just acquire the tires, or you even have the option just to buy the sensors, and maybe the dealer can do the gluing for you during a tire maintenance, a vehicle maintenance, or you can even do it by yourself because it's not so difficult. And we also have a one-pager explaining that when you buy the sensors. So it's just a matter, buying the tires or buying the sensors, and then you can make the use of the solution free of charge.
Mm-hmm. Also, a follow-up question: you do have end-to-end solution?
So this is an end-to-end solution. I hope this is an end-to-end solution. Maybe could you clarify a bit more your question?
Yeah, would also be my question. What exactly you mean with end-to-end?
So when I think about end-to-end, I would say it's from the sensor, which in the past you didn't know how to have the transparency of your tire pressure, and now in the glance in your mobile you can get all the data.
Maybe in the meantime, another question: other tire makers also offer tire-mounted sensors. Will your system work with other brands of tires and other brands of sensors?
So at the moment, we only collect data and we display it from our own sensors. And the same applies to the other competitors, to the other tire manufacturers. There's no share of protocols between us so far. There's no one yet took this initiative in the market. The only initiative that all tire manufacturers have decided to share between themselves is actually in the future RFID, that you can actually read the RFID from a competitor tire or from a Continental tire. This is the only thing which so far it's agreed with on all of us.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah, so that's good to see.
I hope I answered to the questions.
Yeah, I mean, that's also really good to know. Yeah, so of course that's something that you need to know in your daily life, how you handle this. And there's also the final question, maybe before we continue recording: retrates, rep, CPKM, CPKL, and all.
Yeah. So we have different offers. I think in Europe we call Conti 360, where we have CPK contracts. We also have the kilometer recording. We also have a retread offer with our own retread shops. I don't know what it means, CPKL, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm also not sure.
If you would like to anyway write the question more in detail, maybe I can also answer ahead.
Mm-hmm.
because we only have 15 minutes left and still have a few slides ahead, right, Johannes?
Exactly. So, and yeah, I'm also excited to share some case studies. I think this is also really good to see how others are using it, because I think got a good impression on why even do it, and how the solution can look here really in detail. So we hope that you have a good picture of that. And as Sonia said, we have a lot of, like, for example, in Turkey for more than 10 years. So we have a lot of markets that are using the solutions for a long time already. And we would like to just show you some examples, also showing some really specific numbers. So what you can expect if you are using the solution. So we have one company we're working with called Gore Oz, logistics company, who reported that they have 3 liter per 100 kilometer less fuel using the solution, with 20K approximately reduction of repair cost in the measured time frame, 6 months. And also 56 flat tires prevented. So, and of course, we're really happy to get these this feedback, and it really shows. I think if you really really invest in these solutions, you really get something back, and you get a return of investment, right? So that's just one example from a customer. Another one is from the UK, a company called G-Web. They also do haulage, and they reported 83% fewer roadside issues. So, and I think that goes back really, really well to your biggest pain point, breakdowns. So if you imagine 83% fewer roadside issues, that's, I think, a big one. Also the fuel savings, 1,646 British pound monthly fuel savings. And finally, 95% reduction of out-of-hours calls, which is, of course, also, I would say, a cost factor, which is also what Sonia explained in the beginning, these tire-related costs, which is really something that you can then reduce. And last but not least, we have one example from the US. So you see also, like, this worldwide view. This is Blythe, which is a construction company. They have multiple yard reader stations added, and also currently thinking about expanding to the live solution with telematics. And they reported $20,000 in tire savings at just one location. So, and of course, you talked about, or you gave the feedback, you have big fleets, so maybe with different depots, locations. And of course, this can scale a lot if you really roll it out in a lot of locations. And they report the tire usage being reduced due to less tire failures and emergency road calls. So, and also maybe this testimonial, this innovation is going to be great. So I think it's also really something that, these innovative companies that, look into solutions that can really help them, and not doing the old way, but really trying something innovative, can really pay back there. So, and that's what we, really happy to get as feedback, and would also love to hear from you if we can help you with that. And
keep going.
Okay.
It was a whisper without intention.
Okay. I just wanted to play this video, and I just realized that so you had this tip of how to activate the sound without stopping to share on the top. Exactly. So share sound, that's important. Because we now showed a lot of numbers and what you can save, but we also wanted to show you kind of a day in the life every day of a customer of ours. So that's a customer from Belgium. Do you hear the sound?
Yes.
Perfect. So Andy Baum, the CEO of this company, Klaus Baum Logistics in Belgium. And there you see just like an impression on how the solutions are used in real life. And maybe you can relate a little bit with your fleet, how it's working in the shop. And you will also see in a minute also the devices. So here, for example, in the tablet view, so that how you can then really see when you're on site what's happening, can talk with your colleagues about issues you might have. So I think it's a big step in transparency and the monitoring and really having a good picture about what's happening around your tires. And yeah, and Klaus Baum is really also an innovator there, I would say, who's really pointing to going all in with the solutions, and we're really happy to have a long-term relationship with them. So so that's just a short impression of how the solutions are used in real life, and here's also some additional examples. And and if you think, okay, it's actually you would like to hold it in your own hands and have a look, want to try it out, we actually have a nice offer for you. So we have here is a QR code and a link. It will be also shared here again, where you can download the app, and we have this Conti Connect mobile light version for you for free. Where you can just try it out and then get in contact with questions, but also already get your hands directly on it. So would be really happy if you give it a try and maybe got you excited about the possibilities you have with these solutions. And that leaves us. Yes.
Probably I will go to some questions which I was answering the chat while you were answering, but I'm not sure if everyone was paying attention.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you were going to my apologies. You were going to introduce a Q&A session. Yes.
I mean, it's a good timing, yeah. So it's actually the content we wanted to share with you. And now, please fire all your questions. And Sonja, maybe you can start.
Yes. So one of the questions in the chat is if we can measure the distance traveled. So we actually can do that. So this is one of the new functionalities from this new sensor. We can estimate tire mileage. Just to answer the question from one person. Other people, someone else was asking if we can estimate cost per liter, cost per kilometer. This is actually a topic we are working on the moment. So with this new sensor, we capture much more data in more detail. And now we are using machine learning, also even going towards AI. So we can actually use different algorithms, different methodologies so that we can estimate this. So this is at the moment in progress, is working that we are doing at the moment. Then the third question is, how is the business model for Conti Connect Live? So this one, we have two options. You can have a monthly fee, which includes the hardware, the SIM card, the GPS, the data coming from the sensors, everything. And this will be a monthly fee. Or you can reduce the price, the amount of this monthly fee by having an upfront payment for the hardware. And then you keep anyway a monthly fee just for the data. Nonetheless, I do not know values, and we always have to send a sales representative to you to talk to you about this. So I believe you are from Turkey, so we will have to have someone reaching out to you there, definitely. I don't know if there is more questions.
Any more questions? Someone already downloaded the app. So.
So here we were showing just a few testimonials from a few fleets, but we just like to know, once again, just click on the link if you are interested. We can always reach out to you and send you the sales representative from the country so that you can have a talk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if there are no questions right now, so thanks so much for sticking with us here. We hope we got you excited about the solutions and also maybe even more aware about what is the impact and what you can do with it. So Sonja, I think it was really fun also to do this session.
It was really nice. I really enjoyed it, Johannes. And yeah, I wish you all a great week, great day. And I still have the whole day ahead of me here in US.
Yes. So for everyone in Europe, have a good evening. So see you hopefully soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, see you soon. Bye-bye.